I'm doing a short one because it gets the dogs going. So, hello and welcome to the Good Info Cafe 2019 Phase 2. I'm looking to see about launching February 7th, but I do have to be selling more t-shirts or making some money from this to justify a launch, not just to myself, but to my wife and the family. And so welcome, where we have refined music, saucy, fun, and zesty hope, and succulent, big, serious, helpful concepts. I don't know if that goes together. Succulent, big, helpful, serious concepts. Not so sure about that, but we are at the Good Info Cafe, where the goal is to have good, reliable information, whatever it is. And music is information, according to Anton Zeilinger, the quantum information physicist, who I quote in my book. He gave me permission to quote him in my book. So now I'm paraphrasing. Reality and information, you cannot separate the two. So he's saying that information is the most fundamental unit, in the sense that if you come up with the quark, or whatever the smallest unit is of the day, the scientists come up with, this is the smallest unit of measurement. It used to be the atom, then the neutrons, and what's the smallest unit? But then everything has a blueprint, and that's the information that determines what it is. And so information is more fundamental. So I go with that. He said it's just his theory, but it's the information and reality are the same. So everything's information. This phone, my notes, my DNA is my blueprint, I guess, and yours. That's all information. So information is the most fundamental unit. All right. So welcome. And the jam. So I'm going to try to do it so I can hold it. So it is weekend, Sunday jam, percussion jam. So you need to have you don't need to. If you'd like to join in, I'd like you to join in. Here's my beat right now. Eventually I'll get a metronome going, hopefully. And then I'll tell you what the beats per minute is, the BPM. BPM means beats per minute, for those that don't know. And I know some of you know that. Haven't seen Norman Smith in a while. Hope Norman makes a comment. Norman, if you're out there, make a comment. So here's our jam. So you have the basic, and then you keep that beat So keep that beat going. I'm still holding it. There we go. Triplets. I might have missed it a little bit, but I'll get the metronome eventually. Now you go off. Clapping, whistling, guitaring if it's Norman, anything. Percussion, it's just all out there. It's all frequencies. Light is frequencies, vibration, and so is sound, and they can be correlated. So Cindy brought up about frequencies manipulating DNA, and it's absolute truth. Then she brought up about in a discussion with Brent through the comments and replying about A440 and A440 and A432, A440 and A440 and A40. Oh my God. A440 or A432. A440 or A432. Now speeding up. Stay with me. That's the thing. You got to stay with me. All right. So that's Sunday percussion jam. I'll be developing it. We're still phase 2. I haven't done an official launch. So the subject is, I'll explain about A440 and A432 for those who don't know. And then the t-shirt, Jenny t-shirt, may the task force and God be with you. So this is honoring Jenny. Once again, Book of Revelations. We had great talks about the Book of Revelations, me and task force, me and Jenny. So honoring her. And I don't know the name of the woman. It was through George's channel. So so the video's on, so I have to itch my eyebrow. So anyway, so I'm not sure her name. I can get it from George to give her credit. But I do remember saying, may the task force be with you, just on my own. So maybe she got it for when I said it on George's channel, or, you know, people can think of the same kind of things. But I'd be curious to know. Then the question of the day is, should we do A440 or A432? And those are the hertz, cycles per second. So it's 432 cycles per second of this vibration, or 440. And then the grade are the three performances of the song Hurt, written by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails, that also Johnny Cash covered. Incredible video and performance right before he passed away in his last years. And I actually was at my doctor when I lived in the Nashville area, and she said, oh yeah, I just saw Johnny Cash. He's my patient. He was just here. So I had the same doctor because I have diabetes also. Yes, I give blood every day, testing my blood sugar, and have to take shots. I'm type 1, insulin dependent. So I'm going to grade the 3 performances of Hurt with a twist. And so I don't forget, let me do that. They're singing. Leona Lewis also did a version of it. She's from England, I think. And so I'm grading those 3 performances. Well, it's music. And if it's heartfelt, you get an A, usually. There could be some performances that are out of pitch, off pitch, and off key, even if it's heartfelt, so I'm not including that. But all those were in pitch, and so I'm not going to compare and say, I like his better than hers, and his are better than her. Someone's walking by outside, so the dogs are barking. They all get A's. Leona Lewis, Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails, and Johnny Cash. They're special. Johnny Cash is powerful. Right before he passed away, just powerful. And it was his daughter, Roseanne, because they weren't going to necessarily release it, and Johnny Cash was leaning towards not releasing it and not having that video. And the video was also more spontaneous. The guy was called up and was like, you got 3 days to make this happen. And that was Johnny Cash's museum that had been closed and was in disrepair. They filmed some of it there, and then at his house in Hendersonville. I used to live there, so I remember driving by, but never got a chance to meet him, just got a chance to share the doctor. But he's incredible. So that's sometimes a grade is not appropriate. So A440 is 440 cycles per second, I guess, of a frequency, or 432. My research and Cindy, I had done research before, but Cindy gave a really good article. So there's a link in there from a video or two ago from my video that it explains things pretty well. For not the writer as a non-musician, he talks about the musician brain and a non-musician brain. I think I have pretty balanced right and left. So anyway, 432 seems to be warmer. Seems to connect better with the feeling. So, and then a lot of the digital music takes out some of those feelings. So when the digital era came along, that's why going back to analog and to LPs. So the idea is that you have a note tuned to a certain frequency, so everyone in the world is in tune with each other. And currently, since 1939 approximately, it's been A440. But when Mozart was writing, Verdi, the opera composer, it was more like 432, and ancient instruments, supposedly, according to this article, I hadn't seen that, are more naturally attuned to 432. So that's what I lean towards, is 432. And I'm still working on Mary, Did You Know? to do the full thing. There's a couple chords I'm still not sure of, so that's why I haven't done the full version. So yeah, they all get A's. The heartfelt performances, and and Trent Reznor said he really appreciates Johnny Cash. They all have their place. You know, there are three different ways of doing that song, and which makes it a piece of art. And Trent Reznor said, that's not even my song anymore, in a good way. Kind of a weird thing. The recording of that song, I read, and it was a quote by Trent Reznor, was in the original recording of Nine Inch Nails' Hurt, and that album, Spiral something, was recorded in the house where Sharon Tate, the Manson murders were. And he actually took the front doorknob to remember about the crazy world. He didn't know he was living there until afterwards. The real estate agent didn't tell him. All right, so this is just a very, let's see how I can do this. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down, I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feelings disappear. You are someone else, I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down, I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would lose myself, and I would find the